Okay. Um, I'm not sure if this is gonna work or if it's working right now, but this is Arusha from Push a Cure Fan documentary, and it's my birthday, everybody. And today, the Cure play in Montevideo, Uruguay, and I have a friend who is in line as we speak, and I have absolutely no idea if she's going to be able to sign on. Uh, ever notice that your face gets like slanted? I don't know. Aging problems. Come on, friend who's in line in Montevideo. I hope she gets to do that. So, where are we at? Is this concert 4 of 8? We had Mexico, Lima, Buenos Aires, and now we're in Montevideo. And this has probably been the one, there's only been one day off in between. I'm stalling because she's not signing on. Da, 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 da. I might have to just erase this if it doesn't work. If it doesn't work. But, all right, well, I guess I'll just say it. Lini, who is from the States and has gone so far to Lima, Buenos Aires, um, and now is in Uruguay, is in line right now. It is 2 o'clock in Uruguay. I think the Cure go on at 8, and it's a standalone show, so it's just Mustard. Um, trying to get anything. Um, okay, so I think she saw the link. Anyway, so this is a standalone concert for The Cure, and so hopefully when Leaning comes on, we'll get a view of the people in line. She's 30th in line. Apparently, there's a lot of people from Argentina who were there waiting, and the crowd in Argentina were full on, full force. Leanie was able to get up to the rail, and she's got bruises to show it. Meaning that people were just clawing, just trying to claw their way to the front, man. I know that some people hate that feeling of being pushed and pulled and, the kind of violence of the pit, but if you're in a pit that let me see if I can do this. Can I do this? Nope. Um Here she is. Here she comes. Here she
Hi.
comes. Let's see if we can do this. Ba 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 ba
I'm holding
ba.
this thing like as far away as I can, but it's like, oh, is
That's
that better?
okay.
Okay.
No, no, no. You're good. You're all good. Watch this. Ready? There we go. Can you see me?
I see you.
And you can hear me.
For now, yeah.
That's great. See, you look great, first of all, and I have to say I'm impressed with your bucket hat allegiance because we all have the joke of the Cure bucket hats, right? You wear them well, Leanie.
I have a picture of me at like age 2 with a bucket hat on. It's just one of these uniform things, and that the Cure has them too. So it's like, oh my goodness. I have a whole collection of them. I love them.
All right, so let's get for the people that are tuning in on Facebook and YouTube, let's get your name, who you are, and where you're at, and what's going on.
Okay. So my name's Leni Venetoulis. Sometimes I'm known as Leni Vinay. My family, people have problems with long Greek names, so they shorten it to Vinay, some of them.
Right.
And what was your other question? I'm sorry.
Just where are you? What are you doing? Where are you right now?
Oh, Jeez. I am outside the Antel Arena. Um, I'm in Montevideo in Uruguay. There's a crowd that's just slowly trickling in, and we're lined up for the show tonight. I guess the seats, I guess the doors are opening at 7. I'm not 100% sure, and I should know that stuff, but I'm kind of on my third show at this point, and things just kind of become like, you know, a blob to all the details. So,
Yeah, yeah. So this is your third show. You went to Lima and Buenos Aires,
hmm
right?
correct, yeah. And
How?
most of the people around us, they're lined up, are actually from Argentina. So,
Okay, so before we see the lovely people that are already there, can you give us a 1-2 punch of your experiences so far? I mean, you've been following the Cure for years, but
yeah.
how's it been down in where you're at now?
In Montevideo or Buenos Aires or
No,
just in
I
South
mean,
America?
traveling to see the Cure in South America, in Lima and
Yeah.
Buenos Aires, which is different than Detroit and Miami and London.
Yeah. Oh, each show has been its own character, which has been beautiful. Like really had its own energy and feeling, and took on the experiences of the fans that were local. So, um, some of the experiences I've had are we came to Peru, and started by going on trekking, at Chupishu, which was like a big bucket list thing for me, and it was absolutely one of the most treasured moments, that I did that. I'm really happy I did that. I did get altitude sickness, like right at the end of the last day in the evening, but I was totally cool once I got oxygen and stuff. But
Wait, the
went to
last
the
day.
show.
Sorry, the last day of what? When did you get sick?
We hiked Huayna Picchu, which is one of the mountains at Machu Picchu. So you go up the mountain. It's amazing. They built these steps that just go all the way up to the top and the bottom. It was part of the Inca Trail. And just to think about just the whole engineering and stuff that they did, like without having tools. They didn't have iron tools. They used stone tools. They used they it took them like maybe 75 to 100 years to build all this. So it was multi-generational.
Mm.
Just the way that they used the landscape as the architecture of the entire site. And there's all these wonderful things where um, they're just very much into biomimicry. So it was very kind of a pantheistic type of experience there, where they're using the universe, the sun, all this type of stuff, and so even at the level of walking on the trail on that mountain, it was literally like part of it is them paying honor and respect to the mountain, to the sun, to these different gods, these higher powers that they have identified in their culture. So, that was the Quechuan people in Peru. And so I really just had a wonderful experience with that. But it was a lot of physical, work and stuff to do that right before starting up, going to a show,
Yeah.
and we got to Lima, which, is at sea level, which luckily, and that show was amazing. I mean, it was so out of my experiences of going to shows, just, kind of very worn down barrio neighborhood that the stadium was in the middle of nowhere. I mean, there was just nothing, we had to walk like in streets with like multiple cars coming towards us, even to get to the entrance and stuff. And then you kind of lined up all day in the hot sun, and it was pretty wild and crazy. But you and I have talked about this before. Like I just kind of go into like my own interior Zen, just meditative moments.
There's some sort of like wind crazy. Okay, now it's gone. There,
I'm going to face this way. Maybe that'll help. Tell me if it doesn't. Um,
that's better.
okay. Um, yeah, so once we got in, it was, it was interesting because everybody wants to see Robert. So I'm so used to, we get on the rail and people just start filling, horizontally on the rail and then start moving back. People there would rather fill in the middle and be 20 rows back than go to any of the sides, which was very interesting. It actually was a smart move because they had a really big camera, and so we had kind of an obstructed view for Robert, but he moves around quite a bit on the stage, so we were able to see him quite a bit. And
But
it wasn't that big of a deal.
you got on the rail.
Go ahead.
You got on the rail.
Oh yeah, I was on the rail. hmm Yeah, I was on the rail for that show, and it was wonderful. Um, the crowd around us were very young, which was beautiful. You know how we see like more younger people like spotted here, spotted there with their parents, like that type of thing. And this was like pretty young crowd completely around me, and I was really touched to see that. So most of the people, that was the first show.
Oh, that's great.
Um, yeah. Um, and they were elated. It was beautiful. It was such a beautiful energy. Just I'm gonna treasure that for my life. Just that experience. Afterwards, we went to the coolest. It was so cool. I gotta send you pictures because I haven't had time to like process my pictures, but we went to an after party, a bunch of us, in downtown Lima, and it was like if Leanie had like an '80s nightclub, goth nightclub dream. It was they had mural Robert and Susie, and it was great. So we just danced and danced and danced like I don't know until I think 3 or 4 in the morning, and finally, us old farts were done and to go.
Oh
It was
my
kind of
God,
a sight to
Leanie,
see.
I would have passed out after the show. I mean, that's amazing that you went. So so then you
I
go.
don't know what happened to me. I've been doing this for so long. I just get like after a show, I have so much like passion and energy and electricity in me that I could keep dancing and dancing and dancing. And I dance during a show anyway if I have the space to. So, you know,
Yeah, so you went to then you went next stop was Buenos Aires and was the energy of the crowd the same?
wow. So Buenos Aires is a cool as fuck, cool town. I mean, it is like so cool. Has not been on my radar. I mean, I knew it was like a cool place, but I didn't know it was this cool. It was like every element that I love about New Orleans, or parts of like old school New York City, or things about like Paris, like all of these kind of elements put together. And, unfortunately for the Argentinians, and this is like a really bad thing for them. And so I don't want to like gloat, oh, it was so cheap for us, because it was so cheap for us, it's a hard situation for them. But the dollar, it just, we would take 30-minute cab rides and it cost $2, the
Right.
equivalent.
Right.
You would have a meal with a bunch of wine and drinks and, a big meal, like at a nice restaurant or whatever. And between everybody, it would be $15, $20 each, you know,
Yeah.
just a very, you know, I wasn't expecting that part of it too. Like that it was so that inexpensive, and that your dollar would go so far. Um, but that was like another element that was going on. Um,
Right.
but it was just very bohemian, like for a large, not just like a little section or a quarter of the town. It was like a large swath of a area that we were in that was very bohemian. We discovered another kind of bohemian enclave area, like when we went to the after party. But going on for the show, we weren't planning on railing it for the show because it was a festival. This one, it wasn't like a
Right.
pure produced show only.
Right.
So we decided we weren't going to rail it. We were kind of going to have a leisurely morning and get there and stuff, which we did. We got there and it was just a dumpster fire. Like as far as before we got there, they only took money from an app, you know, so it's cashless. So we had downloaded the app, loaded it up with Argentinian money or whatever, and we got there. Well, the app doesn't work, so you can't buy water, you can't buy anything to drink, you can't buy the shirts. You're so we ended up spending maybe an hour and a half, I think, total with a manager there and a tech support and like five other people, and they didn't know, and it seemed to be a problem. Maybe perhaps if you were non-Argentinian, that their service just didn't work or something for phone numbers or for people that were outside of the country very well. So, and it wasn't just us, it was pretty much all of our international friends had some sort of a glitch with it. So that was kind of frustrating because Just Mustard was coming on, and we're like, oh my God, you would have been here for this long.
Right.
We made it
Right.
over to Just Mustard. Um, and oh, the other thing was it was pretty much an alcohol free venue. Like all of the beer was just Heineken Zero, but then they had this like small pendant area where you could drink only. And some of us were complaining about that. But I think actually after experiencing the show and the crowd and everything, I'm kind of glad it wasn't a drunk crowd too. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Leanie, I have to say,
I
somebody,
think that
somebody,
actually.
somebody in the audience is asking, can you ask about the dancing? Love how the crowd moved in waves during Boys Don't Cry. And then we should turn around and see where you're at now. But yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure. So what happened was, I ended up getting down like about fourth row, and I one of the first crowd crushes, a lot of crowd crushing that would push you. You'd just be standing and it would push you maybe 3, 4, 5 feet. You and a whole bunch of people, like a wave. That got me into second row, and then I just scrabbled onto front row because I couldn't breathe, and I'm, what the hell, I want to be on front row. The crowd was basically had ole 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 ole. They had some chants that they were doing. Le do that one. They had a Roberto, Roberto. They were doing that one. They were doing that one in Peru as well. And uh, you know, everybody was just undulating. I don't know how else to describe it. Like kind of like a wave. So you you had a lot of like pressure on you the whole time because it was just packed and people pushing forward, and then there would be like these like waves of just somebody slamming onto you because there was one of those crushes, and that was for the entire concert. But people were used to that there. It's my friend went over to see Slow Dive. He's been seeing them for over 30 years, and they had a mosh pit at Slow Dive. It's the first time he's ever seen
Nice.
a Slow Dive mosh
Nice.
pit.
I love it.
So it's just the way that I don't know if it's the festival, because I'm coming as an outsider myself, but just from what people told me, people are just passionate. They go to shows and they just cut loose. So pretty much, like most of the people around me were singing every song. They were big fans, you know, and you would have to be up in the front at that show. It was pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
Just it was pretty tense. Wonderful. Um, Definitely though, when the pop songs started coming on, which the Boys Don't Cry is on, at the end of that, it just went up to another level of
Right.
crowd craziness. But yeah, so it's hard to like say like, you know, it's a combination of just like pure joy people are having, but it's so intense. They just can't get close enough. They
Mm.
just can't, you know, and the only way that you can really dance really is collectively, So that's why you could kind of see like everybody just kind of moving together and stuff. or um, but there was also a lot of competitiveness or kind of aggressiveness going on too. So people were. I constantly had people trying to pull my arms off the rail or stepping on the back of my ankle. hmm
They don't know who they're
I
messing with.
wait. I know. Let me see. Can you see that? Like
Yep.
I have. Can you see those?
Yep.
I'm not used to this service. It's my fucked up elbows.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Anyway, I have like bruises on my arms, and they're like dots. They're like somebody's fingers, like just grabbing onto you and
Yeah.
doing that. So um, it was. I mean, I don't know. It might not be everybody's cup of tea, right?
Yeah.
For me, I came here for that. I wanted that intense, passionate, just sweaty, hot, just mental. Like it was meant. It was crazy. It was
Total
bonkers. It was
immersion.
really electric. Total immersion. It was. That's why I wanted to come here so badly because I knew the fans here are just so free that way in
Yeah.
their expressiveness with the band's music
Yeah.
and their
Well
love for
said.
it. So,
Well, let's go see if you can either do as you like. Either turn it to yourself, or you can probably turn your camera the other way. But let's see where we're at and what's going on.
um, yeah. So some people just kind of walked off actually. So sorry. I think they
No,
probably are
no,
looking for the bathrooms.
no,
Um,
no. I mean,
let
I
me,
want to see what I want to do a wide of where. Yeah, there we go. Let's see
all
where
right.
we're at.
Let me grab my purse.
Yeah.
And so if you kind of look, we're all kind of trying to sit in the shade. Is it moving with me? There you go. There's a
Yeah.
line of people, which is thinned out because we have a number system here, actually, which is just, wow,
Right.
very different than the other two shows. Um, but yeah, we have a number system, and those things fall apart once it gets closer. But it allows people to feel free to walk around and stuff. And we're kind of like on the steps. You can see um, it's a very modern looking arena.
Yeah,
Um,
it is very mid-century modern, right?
yeah. Um, and then here's, people are just kind of hanging about, milling about. I think, there is a big kind of sign here, and maybe I'll get it. We're going to, but it's modern.
Woo! Holy wind tunnel, Batman.
Yeah. Things. So
So yeah, it's hot down there. Yeah.
it, so
Uh oh. We might be losing a little bit of
you
reception.
had like uh, I see that wildfire. Can you guys? Are you on?
I
This
can
is
hear
the
you.
pure one.
You
Are you
you
good?
sound you sound like a robot. And oh, now we can kind of see. It's just chunky. It's chunky reception.
All right, I'm just gonna stay here.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna keep walking backwards because I'm obviously tired of the. You see the cure sign?
Yeah, man. Beautiful.
I'm going back. I'm headed
Do
back.
it. Do it.
Heading back closer to the door. Tell me if this is getting better.
Yeah, I think it's getting better as you get closer. I don't know who God knows
Okay.
why. But it's cool. So that
Can you
you've
hear?
met. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Um, I'll flip the camera real quick. All right. Is that better? Or is it still choppy?
It's getting there. It's better. Yeah, you look good. Yeah, it's better. So how long, Leni, do you know
If you
how
want
long
to.
the people there have been in line today?
No, I can ask the girl who's here number or who's putting numbers on. If you want to hold on, I'll ask her.
Sure. Let's go.
Um,
Yeah, I was close to the second row center.
you're not. Your name's Marina. Marina. Yeah, Marina. That's what I thought. My friend Arusha has like a. Is Arusha coming? She's on the screen right now. Would you talk to her real quick? Do you mind? Maybe. I'm a bit shy. You're a bit shy. Okay, so this is Marina.
Hello.
Hi, Arusha. She
Hi.
she came from Buenos Aires, and Arusha just wants to ask you like how long you've been here, like Okay. You have
Anything
to.
you
Can you hear her? I can't hear that much, but
what just tell
it's
us your
you again.
name?
It's nice to see you again. I saw you, probably you don't remember because you were very tired, but I saw you in London.
Oh God.
I think I saw you in the first gig. So, well, it's nice to see you. I'm very
Yes.
excited. I took the ferry yesterday. I was exhausted from Saturday. Saturday was crazy.
Right, because you're from.
So
Are you from Buenos Aires?
I'm from Buenos Aires, yes. So I saw them in my city on Saturday. I arrived at the arena at 6:30 a.m. So it was a long day in the sun, in the
Ooh.
heat,
Oi.
and in the crazy crowd. So well, I'm looking forward to tonight.
And then so today, were you there at 6:30 too? At 6:30 today?
No, no, I couldn't possibly have done it. I decided to sleep. I slept all afternoon yesterday and all night. So I took it easier. I came around 1
Ah.
and people came later today. I think the first one arrived at 11
Ah. Okay. Okay.
because we're not so many today as on Saturday there were more people.
Amazing. 6:30 on Saturday. Oi.
So now it kind of,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a little.
Uruguay has fewer people than Argentina.
Well,
So
there's a
low
lot of
battery,
people.
I
Yeah,
think.
there's a lot of people traveling, and
That
so Andrea says hi, Marina. Andrea Alvarez. I'm
Yes.
butchering her last name. She says, she says hi, and a bunch of people are saying "oh my" and "hello" to both Leni and you. And now we're frozen again. Ah, what time are the doors there?
Yeah, it kind of comes and goes, but now she's charging again. What kind of a
Which time?
door?
Yeah, the doors at 7.
No.
Oh,
Uh,
what time's the doors open? Do you know?
my ticket says 7 o'clock, but it doesn't say whether it's doors or the show is supposed to be starting. I don't know because probably as the Twilight Sad are not coming, some things have been rescheduled. But honestly, I don't know. I didn't have much time to check that.
Well, I can tell you that it's just
I will let you
mustard.
know.
It's just mustard and the cure, and that's it. So I bet you just mustard is on at 7.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
good.
It's my freaking birthday. I should be there. Damn it.
Maybe they'll let us in at 5. Yeah, it's her birthday
Really?
today. Happy birthday,
Is
by the
it?
way. Yeah.
Oh, happy birthday. Feliz cumple.
Ah,
Feliz
gracias.
cumple, Arusha. You should be here. You should be celebrating your birthday with The Cure.
Happy birthday.
Thank
We're so
you.
happy for you.
Well, I'm happy to be doing this because this, for people like me who can't be there, it's a really wonderful, beautiful thing. And my thing is like
I know.
live life as full as you can while you can, because and fuck anybody who says, you can't follow a band around, you're too old, you're too this, you're whatever. Like
Yes,
yeah,
life.
yeah, enjoy. Um well, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Marina, for signing on.
Well, thank you. Thank you, and have a beautiful birthday.
Yeah, have a great gig.
Beso. Beso.
I don't know if she. Okay.
What do
Can
you
you hear me
guys?
still, or are we breaking up?
Yeah, we can hear you. I was gonna crack a sarcastic
Are we?
joke and say,
Okay, good.
do you think the Cure are gonna do all right tonight? Is anybody worried that the Cure are not gonna? I don't know.
They're going to be totally fine.
Well, it's just like it's always like, oh my God, we love the Cure, which of course we do. But so it's just funny to me. Like, I have a friend, my good friend David Martinez is
Yeah.
coming. He's coming from Spain, and he likes to joke that he's walking, 39 days from Lima to Argentina, and so on.
That he's walking here.
Yeah. Ooh, it's cutting out again. Let's see. Let's see if you can. Can you get closer to the people in line? We might be losing contact. Nick, can I summon the powers of Nick Cave? Oh
Going out
man.
in the hot sun. Are you there?
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
trying.
You're doing fucking great. This is fucking
Okay,
great.
I cannot go totally. I can't totally go next to them because then I lose that connection. So I'm going to flip my camera
Okay.
about as close as I can get to them without the And these they're sitting in the hot sun when literally there's a shade spot right next to them. But they're. Can you see?
Yes.
Are you still there, babe?
I
Okay.
am. I am. I'm still here. We're
Yeah.
still here.
Okay. Yeah. So I can't get any closer because unfortunately I'll lose service.
That's okay. That's okay. This is great. It's such a gift to sort of see where the people are at and imagine yourself there. Like you said, Leanie, it's like the singing and the dancing, and it's,
Well, I decided, yeah,
you know, you decided what?
the joy, just the sheer joy, like just that sheer joy. I love experiencing that sheer joy, and I love being around other people experiencing it with me and sharing it with them. And this is what to me has been the most amazing part of the South America tour is having a lot of experience like with that with other fans. That was I saw a lot of shows on the North America tour, and that's one of the things that gets me a little perturbed is that like you'll see somebody and he'll be like in front row even. I mean, I even saw people in front row, but like they're up in the front. You're like, we went through so much to get tickets, and they're literally sitting there like eating a pizza with a freaking big gulp type of drink, and you're like, and Robert's singing like End Song or something, and you're just like, what the fuck world
Yeah.
are you in? Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cuss into this thing, but
Nobody cares
this is
anymore.
not
You can say
that.
fuck, 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 fuck all you want.
Okay, sorry, I should be careful. I will. Yeah, I should be careful. Anyway, so this is not that. This is people that have been desperate to see them for a decade. This show, they've never been here before, so this is I'm really interested to see how this experience is going to play out, and how people feel. But just so far, the two shows I've been to, that has been so magical. Even getting bruises and getting kind of tossed about and the heat and all the crap and the tons of things that are supposed to work that don't work. You just have to just let it go and not worry about it. It's part and parcel of the magic here. You have to have dark with lightness, I believe, and you know what? They have some the brightest lightness here. It's beautiful. I'm loving it. So I'm really, really, really pleased that I didn't stop myself, you know, from coming, and I
Mm-hmm.
did lean in and go.
Yeah, and that's sort of what I've seen a lot. Ooh, the wind is going crazy again. Um,
I'm going to stand this way. Is that better? I'm
let's
hoping I'm
see.
against it. I'll tell you a
Yeah,
second.
that
I'm going to feel it. It's okay.
that's
Is
better.
that
That's
better?
better. Yeah, and we'll wrap it up here in a minute. But I just
Okay.
wanted to add that a lot of people were very fearful of going to South America, which is kind of too bad
Yeah.
because I think it's wrapped up in
Yeah.
some serious old colonialist legacy bullshit. And I'm glad to see people having a good time. And
It could be wrapped up in that. I think it's multifaceted. I think there's that. I think, as an American, I mean, we just only hear negative crap about this, South America. We don't hear
so
good
stupid.
information about here at all. It's so not what we hear so far, in my experience. It's just, we hear that it's, drug cartels and kidnappings and, and all this type of stuff. It's just the constant drip, drip, drip of like, you know, it's not a good drip, drip, drip. We want our 10:15 Saturday night drip, drip, drip. And this is not what we get in America about South America. What we get is just, this is a negative place, a place that people are impoverished and, and this is the most joyous, happiest, life loving people I've experienced in a long time. It's wonderful.
Yeah, and I'm as you were
You know,
talking about it being the first show there, I'm imagining like if I was there, I'd be able to capture the eyes of people just being glued, into seeing The Cure and yelling out for Jason or Simon, and I mean, of course, Robert, but like I've been to so many shows and seen so many new faces or even old faces that are just in awe to be in front of their heroes, and it's such a fucking good thing. And I'm gonna quote Warren Ellis as I have before. Warren Ellis is a
can you hear
violin.
me?
I can. Warren Ellis is a violin player, a musician. He plays with Nick Cave, and he said at a book signing, he said he was talking about music and film, but he said music and film have the power to transcend, to let you transcend if you let it. And that, I think, is what happens at a live gig that is so fucking it for people like me. Like, that is it. Like, I get to experience something with people in a situation, in a date, in a time that will never happen again, ever. You might go to 8 Cure shows, but every show is going to be different. And those little paw prints that you have in your arms
Absolutely.
are going to help your memory to remember it.
Yeah. I'll never forget it. I took pictures of
Uh-oh. We are the robots. Ding, 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 ding. Leanie,
I
come back. Come back.
myself to give me,
You guys are going to have to use your ESP to understand what she's saying because it's cut out. Leanie, we might have to call it.
so they're honey.
We may have to call it because you're frozen. Oh man. Cue the gong show. All right. Well, thank you, Leanie, and thank you to Marina. Is that her name? I'm terrible with names, by the way. If you ever meet me and I seem like I'm in outer space and really tired, it's probably because I am. But I'm here for it. I'm honest, and I'm here for love. I'm here for the love of it. Live life while you can. Enjoy tonight, everybody. Let's hope there's a live stream, and let's hope there's a signal, right? All right. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. And like I said, let's see